Hello and welcome to another one of my videos back on the channel. Today we are starting a new series, which I'll come back to later. As you can see, we are doing another character concept, the Chimney Sweeper, but it's part of a new series called Surprise Sunday. So every single Sunday I'm going to do just a random video. So it might be like a PvZ tier list, a top 5, it could be another character concept, it could be anything PvZ related that's not gameplay, basically. So it's just going to be anything random. It's not just going to be for BFN as well, it could be for other stuff too. So that's one of the new series. There is also another one which is going to be called News Flash Friday, which is going to be basically talking about news in like PvZ related stuff that's happened in the past week and everything. So alright, well let's get into the video. So here is Chimney Sweeper. It's the zombie character concept I did. The last one was plant food. This one is the Chimney Sweeper, which I've said many times already. So yeah, I'm going to show you the time lapse now, and then when you get back from the time lapse I'll talk about like the actual character and how he plays. So see you after the time lapse. Right, there we are. You are back from the time lapse. That took me around 51 minutes. The time lapse probably made it look around like 2 to 3 minutes. So yeah, that's perspective for you. And yeah, let's get into the details. So first we're going to talk about what type it is. Plant food was a support. This time we are getting an attack character. So yeah, there's nothing really else to say about that. He's just an attack character. Here is the stat. So the damage, he does 25 damage, and his critical damage for like a headshot, not a headshot, but like a head hit, is 40 damage. And his weapon is melee. So you see this chimney sweeper mop thing, don't really know what it's called. He hits them with a sweeper, and then it has a chance to set them on fire. So if you haven't guessed, he is well, I would have planned him to be the fire type for the zombies, because at the moment we have a fire type Snapdragon for the plants, but not for the zombies, and I'm hoping they kind of have, you know, like a fire type for both, an ice type for both, and toxic and electric, just so that, you know, you can play kind of a fire on both teams. You don't just have to be on the plants for it. So, and yeah, so he is another melee character, which is for the zombies, because Super Brains is kind of like half and half melee. He can kind of shoot, but this character, there's kind of like two melee characters on each team, well, including this guy, because on the plant you have Chomper, which really, like, if you try shooting with Chomper, it's quite hard. I know you can, but it's quite hard, and he's kind of a melee guy. He is the melee guy. And then you have Snapdragon, which can shoot, but it's easier probably to just use his like main flamethrower. And then you have Super Brains, and it's easier to probably use his fist rather than the charge up shot. And then we're going to have this guy as well, meaning that there's 4 melee characters. And I think with this guy, I'm not going to make it so he can shoot at all. So he just has to, other than like an ability, but he just has to hit with his sweeper. Alright, now we're going to show the health. He has 100 health. It is, yeah, not that high, but it'll kind of make sense. His abilities are quite powerful, so it'll kind of hopefully even out. Size comparison to Foot Soldier. So he's a bit smaller than Foot Soldier, but obviously bigger than an imp. He, obviously the picture I've done is a 2D one. I basically traced the picture of like the brown coat zombie, and then just kind of added my own touch to it to make it the sweeper. So it's not 3D, but that's, I guess, the height if Foot Soldier was at his side. That's how tall he is, basically. Obviously his hat makes him a bit taller and a bit of a bigger target. But right, his first ability is called Blindness. So 3 puffs of smoke will home in on an enemy plant, and if they hit their target, that plant becomes blind for 6 seconds, and it's a 30-second cooldown. So imagine it like kind of Wizards when he like slams his staff, and then like the balls come out and then hit the plant, something like that. But maybe he just kind of spins in a circle, and then like these 3 smoke puffs just come out, and then they home in on a nearby plant, and then they become blind for 6 seconds, which is something they haven't really done. I know All-Star can kind of make you blind, but this character will make you like completely blind. So that'll be interesting. And I don't know if 6 seconds might be too long, because I guess that's quite a while to not be able to see anything, but you'll still be able to move, so you could dodge if you're really lucky. Right, his second ability is Inferno. So Chimney Sweeper will set on fire, and all stats will be boosted, including speed. If Chimney Sweeper makes contact with a plant during Inferno, the plant sets on fire, and it has a 2-minute cooldown. So imagine this guy here, Chimney Sweeper, but he does like fire just engulfs him, so he just becomes this like ball of fire and smoke, kind of running around, and then he's quicker, his health is increased, and his damage increases, and if he like makes contact with a plant, it will set on fire. So it's kind of like Torchwood's Y ability in Garden Warfare 2, or his middle ability, it's not just Y. So yeah, it's kind of like that, how he kind of gets enraged and starts kind of speeding up and becomes more powerful. So yeah, and it's a 2-minute cooldown, so it's quite a while you have to wait. His third ability, I made a little mistake there. It also says ability 2, that's meant to say 3. Is the Sweeperang. So he will throw his little sweeper, this thing, and it will act like a boomerang. So he'll throw it, and then it'll come back to him. And if it hits a plant on the way, it will set it on fire. And it's a 15-second cooldown. So this is kind of his only ranged attack that will actually do damage. The other 2 abilities, like Inferno, you need to be next to someone to do it, and then the blindness doesn't actually do any damage. So yeah, that's the Sweeperang, and that's the character. That's all I have to say for him. So yeah, if you have any ideas for another character, you can leave it in the comments and I'll try to draw something. The drawings are just going to keep on getting longer and longer as I try to put more detail in. So anyway, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you next time. Goodbye.